Yeah, here's another exciting movie for you. I'm working on the, the feed roll mechanism from my airco dip-pak 200 MIG welder, And I basically got it torn apart there. And you can tell that the shaft doesn't have a Woodruff key because over here, right there in the middle of the frame, these are macro movies by Bubba. That's the key. Alright, it's rectangular. And, believe it or not, there's the feed roll. Is this exciting or what? There's one of my brass wire brushes. And, this white tube here is the nylon tube, see? And that nut goes on the end. There's the wing nut, holds the feed roll. Here's the little shims, Well, the washer and one of the shims for the feed roll. This is exciting stuff. Or maybe it's not. And, here's the, what I call the feed roll idler, or whatever. This one doesn't have a groove. Maybe it'll focus. There it goes. Yeah. Is this exciting or what? Well, maybe not. Anyway, yeah, this is the feed mechanism for my MIG, my extinct MIG welder. Yeah, I want you to have a good close look at this shaft here, right about now. See, that's a conventional keyway, and you can tell it's not a Woodruff. And there's the threads on the end of the shaft. They're pretty good still. And here's the wing nut. The wing nut doesn't look original as far as I'm concerned. I kind of doubt it's original. It looks like a hardware store buy, cadmium plated. But, that's the one we're using. And here's the, this is kind of odd. This holds the dealie together. Well, actually, this is the, what I call the spring bar. This presses down, you put this over it, the bottom feed rolls in there, of course, not at this time, but it would be ordinarily. And this goes in there, like, yeah, like that. And see that stack of washers there? That's a baffling damn thing, ain't it? That stack of washers has got me bugged. It don't look factory to me. Of course, then again, nobody living can tell you what's supposed to be there because the because the factory doesn't exist anymore. And nobody really knows that I've been able to contact anyway. Somebody needs to tell me what goes in this here location. Alright? Yeah. See, that's an Allen head there. And it's got some washers. One, a rusty one. Two, a hardware store common garden variety washer. Cadmium plated, kind of old, but not really an antique. And then there's a third washer below it, and even a fourth washer, amazingly enough. So, yeah, somehow or another, I doubt the factory would have put a stack of washers there. But you're going to have to tell me on this because, see, this is where it is, see. And amazingly enough, here's the motor that makes the wire feed. So, tell me about certain stuff that I need to know. Tell me about what's supposed to go there under that Allen head, or is that Allen head itself even supposed to be there? I kind of doubt it's supposed to even be there. I figured it ought to not be there. It doesn't look original. And another baffling thing is, who can tell me, this is a bonus question, I'd like to know the answer to. This is the, I call it the MIG drive gearbox. There's an internal gearbox in there. The motor obviously has a shaft that runs this way, the same way this tube is running right now that I'm holding. And obviously it goes down there to a worm setup, a worm and pinion, or whatever they call that deal, a worm and spur or whatever. Inside there's a worm and a spur, I'm sure of that much. And then up here there may or may not be another gear or two inside this gearbox. Now, I could open this gearbox by removing these 4 Allens, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'd like to, actually. But I need to know what kind of grease is supposed to be inside the gearbox. That would be in this location here, this gearbox here. And I never have walked into a welding supply store and found MIG drive mechanism gearbox lube. But maybe you have. So if you have, I need you to tell me about it, because inquiring minds need to know. Now remember, this is the MIG drive mechanism, and it needs to have a lot of preventative maintenance done, because parts for this thing, believe it or not, are just not available, because, you know, they're not in business anymore. And check it out. I made some block-off plates. Here's one up here. Here's one of the ones I made. That's block-off plate number 1. Now, I also made another one behind the motor here. That screw is part of it. And I don't know if this camera's going to focus. There it is. See, there you go. It's just to the right of that screw. It's semi-gloss black. And here's the back of it. See? It's rectangular, of course. And I haven't really finished detailing out the back of the motor yet. You can tell because it has an open shaft over there. And, you know, dust can get in the motor. That's not a good thing, so I got some tape on it. And that's one of my block-off plates. And there's another one, that one up there. And then there's this one, of course, which has a... I removed that giant cable that was on here. And I put this block-off plate in, which actually, it's not really a block-off plate. Here's the front view. It's below my Euro connector. It's actually a huge washer with a 1/2-inch diameter bolt. Grade 5, too, by the way. And you may want to know, why did I use a 1/2-inch diameter bolt to plug up such a small hole? Well, the answer is I had millions of the damn things, and I also had the washer. So, you see, this is where we are. We're on the front of the machine, the airco. That's the block-off plate for that hole. So that's the third block-off plate. And I think there's another one somewhere I made, too. But let me show you the interior, if this camera is going to focus, of that other block-off plate, which is quite an exciting thing. You may not be able to see it because we're in the dark here. But, let's see. Can you see that? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Looks like you can't, because I can't see it. It's pretty freaking dark in here. But we're in the interior side of my garage. But anyway, the interior side of the block-off plate is right here where this white tube is pointing. If I could find the freaking white tube. Yeah, there it is. There's the white tube, see? And yeah. Yeah, this is the interior of my old antique airco dip-pak MIG welder. This thing is, and you know, I've done the paint job. There you go. Paint job's not done yet, but I gotta reassemble it, baby. There's the tinware. Let me back up a little so you can see the tinware and all its glamour. See, there's the tinware. I got a pretty good level of gloss, see? There's the tinware. The outer parts for the dip-pak, you know? Even separated the hinge. And I tripled up on the number of, there was only 4 pop rivets on each side of the hinge. So now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there's 10. So, but yeah, whatever. And the gloss level is pretty good. See, that's a reflection of crap outside the garage, trees and stuff. And but see, I got some. I don't know if you can focus. Yeah. There you go. Those are spots where there were runs. Okay. So I shaved them off with a razor. You still have to wet sand them with 2000 and buff them out. But that'll be done. You know. It'll be nice. It'll be what I call mintalloid. Yeah. There's the tinware for the airco dip-pak. Okay. We'll see you.